What's the relationship between taxes and investment strategies? So they're critical. They go together. What's fascinating is how few of you understand it. And if you even go to your tax strategist, most of them, CPAs, wouldn't know what it is. And if you have an EA, they may not know what it is either. Whoever's doing your taxes, it's fascinating. I had a client ask me a question on Ask Loral. If my CPA or my accountant is supposed to do their job, why aren't they bringing every tax benefit possible? Because they're not all trained the same. They're trained either to do just W-2 1040 EZs. They're trained to do just like that in Schedule C, maybe trained to do corporate structure, but very few people have comprehensive tax strategy training. So I want to talk about a few things. Number one, the tax strategies are absolutely necessary to combine to your investing strategy, like why they must work together. Number two, how taxes erode and also dissipate your investing opportunities because you're not paying attention to tax. And that is such a primary mistake. And then third, how do you align your tax strategy to make sure it's supporting your investment strategy? And that's a huge missing link, because usually who you're going to in tax has nothing to do with your investing strategy, and nor the two shall talk. Hence why we do integrated wealth. The integration of your wealth strategy is vital. So go to integratedwealthsystems.com and check out our quiz, see which of the 4 personality quizzes you're in. One is tax, one is lazy assets. And even then, I'm going to put you in 2 different profiles. And I want to guide you there because I want you to see that the assessment on each side has got to happen independently. And then you start merging and aligning and integrating the strategies. But it has to start with an independent assessment of where are you in your tax strategy? Where are you in investment strategy? I would bet the majority of you give yourself a fair vote on a scale of 1 to 10. How strategic are you about your tax planning? On a scale of 1 to 10, how strategic are you about your investing planning? Love to hear that in the comments, because I would bet it's below about 0 to 5. I don't think a lot of you actually spend a lot of time thinking, how do I do this and how do I do this? And very few of you combine it. So where investment and taxes overlay is how you make your money is through corporate life. So if you haven't been to our Millionaire Intensive, go grab the 2 tickets in the show notes. We do it every Thursday on how to become a millionaire in that intensive. So if you think about, your strategy, what is it? Do you think about your corporate structure and how you're making the money and what company it's being made? That's a huge piece of it, because that company, for example, a C Corp and S Corp, are going to allow a lot more deductions and corporate resolutions than just an LLC that owns one simple piece of property. So how you own your assets and how you own your company that generates the majority of your money is vital. Now, most CPAs, most tax folks do not put together the investing strategy. Now we have the big, beautiful bill. This is what's fascinating, and again, why I just am passionate about this integration. The big, beautiful bill gives you R&D credits, which are phenomenal for most companies. Cost segregation is better than it's ever been. You get bonus depreciation. So to buy real estate, to buy an RV park, to buy a franchise, to buy gas and oil, there are so many investments that give you benefit to your tax liability. It's vital they go together. How you make it, how you do your deductions, how you spend it, and how you invest is the pattern of a millionaire. So how do you get your tax team and your investment team together? Well, you come to us. So download my Millionaire Maker version 2, read up to chapter 3 in the book and do a gap analysis. Where are you? What do you want? Send in that information and have a one-on-one call with our top team. And we'll start looking at your gaps and where you're gapping between properly your tax strategy. If you're doing your own taxes, we for sure know you're leaving a lot on the table. There's no way, unless you are consumed in it, that you know what our tax strategists do. I always say our tax strategists go to school for as much time as some surgeons do. So you're not doing your own surgery. Do not do your own taxes. You do need to focus on what do you want to invest in. There's so many asset choices that you could invest in. You can buy businesses. You could buy membership subscription models. You could generate all sorts of different technologies. You can do data centers. You can do real estate and do gas and oil. There's so many investments. What do you want for you and your family? And then longer term, whereas the process that I'm in right now is really looking through all the different assets that I bought over my lifetime and which ones are the kids going to maintain as a legacy and which ones do we need to set up to exit and sell. So tax and investments go together critically, and we would love to show you how we do that. If you hold assets, like there's a lot of you have a second home. It's not in an LLC. It shouldn't be called a second home. It's an investment property, right? Then you may have investment property number 2, but so many of you that are W-2 big employed workers, and then you buy piece of property, and you don't put them in LLCs or you don't put them in any corporate structure and they're not held in trust, you don't have any tax strategy in that. You got a little bit. You might have a Schedule C that's like 8 to 33 different deductions, but you're not activating the code in the big, beautiful bill because you're not structured right. So a lot of how this works together starts in your structure. The second thing, how taxes are eroded in your investing plan is because you're overpaying them. And here's a daunting statistic. For every $10,000 that you overpay for the next 20 years of your life, if it was invested at, say, 12, 13%, over the course of 20 years, instead of overpaying taxes for 20 years, just that alone would have put 1.1 million back into your bank account that you could be and just created a millionaire just by overseeing and managing some oversight of your tax strategy versus just, oh, I got to pay taxes. It's just something I do. And there's so many of you that blindly, that's your plan. You just overpay all the time. The other big eroding part of your investing is you're paying bills that could be business deductions out of your personal bank account. So when you're paying expenses that could be deductions, again, you're off on your taxes and you don't have as much money to invest. So the goal is to pay as little as possible so you have more and more to put in your investing strategy. Now, before I continue on my final point, I want you to subscribe to my channel. I want you here 5 days a week. And please share this channel with as many people as you can. Click that notification button. Be here 5 days a week so you hear me for 5 to 10 minutes every morning to start your morning thinking about money. Money might not be your most important thing, but it has the most impact. So last point is, how do you align your tax strategy and your investing strategy? You got to get a plan. So again, read up to chapter 3 in my Wealth Cycle Investing book. You'll have read through my Millionaire Maker book. Be thinking mindfully, what do you want to invest in? And those of you, I just want to give caution that are only in cryptos, and I'm not going to say blockchain because blockchain's everywhere, but if you're just in cryptos, gold, silver, cash, you want to start considering investing in things that have a tax implication: gas and oil, aviation, real estate, which includes RV parks, like storage, all sorts of different things. So they have to go together. You need an integrated team. We're the only people in the world that have put together an integrated team when we're on our 26 years of doing this. So let us help you get a plan together and get a strategy together. They go together. If you want to just test this, you could show this video to your CPA and say, so what would you do for me? And see if you can get a plan. See if they give you any insight to what they should be doing if they truly work on your team and caring about your results. Most experts in the financial space care about their commissions and fees, not about you. So we care about you. We advocate for you and your family. If you have any questions, how this works, how we can help you, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask a question, make a request. We'll be back tomorrow.